Keshav. Hi, Keshav. Hi, bro. How are you? I'm great. I'm doing great. More than a decade since I met you. Yes, bro. Yeah, it's been almost like a loud. Yeah, it's been like more than 10 years, I believe, right? So it's long time. Long, very, very long. Yeah, good to see you. Like actually, so almost I disappeared from that industry, and yes, I pursued other technologies. I went through that path. Yes, almost. సో ఏం చేంజెస్ చూసావు అంటే ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ మన వ్యూవర్స్ కి నీ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ గురించి చెప్పి ఒకసారి నీ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ గురించి వెర్ యూ స్టార్టెడ్ అండ్ దాని నుంచి మళ్ళీ ఎంటర్ప్రీనర్షిప్ సైడ్ మూవ్ అయ్యావు యూజింగ్ ఎర్లియర్ స్కిల్స్. సో ఈ 3D ప్రింటింగ్ వచ్చేసి ఇట్ ఈస్ కంప్లీట్లీ టెక్నికల్ స్కిల్. 3D ఆర్ట్ వచ్చేసి సంథింగ్ ఈస్ క్రియేటివ్. సో బోత్ హౌ యూ బ్లెండ్. సో ఇదంతా కొంచెం డీటెయిల్ గా నీ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్, ఓవరాల్ నీ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్, నీ ఇన్ని ఇయర్స్ జర్నీ ఒక్కసారి మా వ్యూవర్స్ గురించి ఒకసారి చెప్పండి. I think like in 2007 is what I've started this. 2007 company called FX Lab. It's like you know it, right? Like so we have got fortunate enough to got a training program. So it was basically like we was a second training batch, right? Yes. I think like, that's a last batch and last training. Yeah, David Benton still. Yes, still I remember. Yeah. It's a one of the I think like a premium trainees. Yeah. Yes. Sessions that anyone could get it. So it was very great time, I could say actually. So I just came from Guntur and I don't know anything into art or anything like a game, movie or anything. So basically out of the blue, like I just joined there, okay, and I got selected into the training. They gave me some training and with the training I started all this thing. In FX Labs, like you know it, right? So as a modeler I've joined. So not to modelist, texturist, right? Yeah, yes. So modeling is something like you actually make a digital anything. Okay, so in computer world, basically like in a computer you can create a character, a vehicle, a weapon or any object. Basically this physical environment into digital. Yes, right? Exactly. So anything that you could create or imagine, so you can create it in a digital world. So that's what I used to do initial days like in FX Lab. There's one game called like Ashes 2009 2010. It's a cricket game. It was a game. The project code word is IR Gurus. Yes, IR Guru and Code Masters are the client, I believe. The one we used to do like all cricketers' heads, right? So it was fun project. All the cricketers, we used to observe every feature of the cricketer. That time, thank God, Google was not there. Not that popular. Yes. We were still, searching images here and there. Yes. From a paper cuttings, we used to observe some features. I still remember. It was very, I could say like to learn like though you don't have much info in internet, but it's a good time to learn actually. Like that time you got a lot of time to learn, or like you have good mentorship also there when you are working on this project. Mostly like we are freshers, like when we started this project, but the responsibility is very high. I think like we have each one of the artists like delivered I think more than 100 heads. That's really good. Yes. I think like we were almost how many artists we were for especially working on head part. I think like 3 plus 3 6 people, I believe. 6 or 8 maximum. That's all, not more than that. So and crazy and you remember like we used to play games and all that. Yeah, of course, all the day times. Yes. So I remember those days like, if I collect. Yeah, it was actually a dream company, like I don't think so like after that like, we got a chance to work in such a company. So it was one of the great times. So then everyone moved after FX Live journey. Everyone moved here and there. A few of them changed industries. Yes. Later on. Yeah. I'm one of that. Yes. Fortunately, like I after that I went to Mumbai. A company called My Entertainment Limited. Yeah. I don't know whether it is alive or not now. I'm not sure, but in that like I joined as a junior modeler for a film called Ramayana the Epic. So there I have done a lot of characters. They're also like got a. Can you explain the viewers that what is character? మీరు vocabulary వాడుతున్నారు 3D ది. Technically we may not be able to understand. మీరు చెప్పండి అది కరెక్ట్ గా. Basically character అంటే anything is like basically we have humans, we can call it characters. Okay, we have like creatures can be like anything creative which is like half human, half animal, or any demon thing. Okay, so these are like basically anything which you can move on two-legged or four-legged, you can call it characters. So in that, like, you can categorize like what do you call creatures or animals.
Let's understand one environment. For example, this is a room. Okay,
Yeah.
this room has got many props. You may say it is bottle or something else, phone, monitor, systems, chairs. ఇవన్నీ part of environment, right?
Yes.
ఇప్పుడు మీరు నేను మాట్లాడుతున్నాం, వీఆర్ క్యారెక్టర్స్.
Yeah.
సో ఈజీగా
Yeah.
జనాలకు అర్థం అవ్వడానికి
Yes.
క్యారెక్టర్ అంటే ఏదైనా హ్యూమన్ క్యారెక్టర్స్
Yes.
ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో ఇంటరాక్ట్ అవుతాయో, దోస్ ఆర్ కాల్డ్ క్యారెక్టర్స్.
Yes.
వాట్ ఎవర్ యూ సీ ఇన్ ద రూమ్ ఆర్ ఎనీ ఎన్వైరన్మెంట్,
Yeah.
అవన్నీ టెక్నికల్ గా గేమింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ లో మాట్లాడేది ఇవన్నీ ప్రాప్స్ అని. ప్రాప్స్, ఎన్వైరన్మెంట్ మోడలింగ్ అది ఇది అంటారు దాంట్లో. ఓకే, వండర్ఫుల్, గో ఆన్.
సో ఇన్ దట్ పర్టికులర్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ లైక్ నేను ఎక్కువ క్యారెక్టర్స్ చేస్తుండే. సో ప్రాప్స్ లైక్ ఆర్ లైక్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ ఐ డెంట్ గెట్ అ ఛాన్స్ మచ్ బికాస్ ఐ వాస్ టోటలీ ఆక్యుపైడ్ ఇన్ ద క్యారెక్టర్స్ అంటే లైక్ రామ, లక్ష్మణ్, భరత్, శత్రుఘ్న, దశరథ్, కైకేయి, సుమిత్ర, కౌశల్య, శూర్పణఖ, and you have like so many other demon characters like Ravan, Ravan brother Vibhishan, so like that, like and you have like the Varna tribe, you have like Hanuman, Bali, Sugriv, Angad, you have like a lot of people there. So and you have Jambavan, you have like that, so many characters were in that film, and almost like hundreds of characters I could say.
రామాయణాన్ని యాక్చువల్ బుక్ ని యూ కన్వర్టెడ్ ఇంటూ 3D animated.
Yes. Anand Desai or somebody like his director. So in that, like I took a challenge, making characters basically. Almost like I was there for 8 months or so. We have done great deal of character, lot of work, very high scheduled. I think like 16 hours is the common time. Is like 16 hours is the common.
ఇప్పటికే సార్ అట్లనే పని చేపిస్తున్నారు కానీ.
Yeah. 16 hours is the.
I know. I heard from few of my friends who work for 3D. They make a 3D animated web series.
Yeah.
అందులో వాళ్ళు still same. Those days we used to work for more than 12 hours a day.
Yes.
Same is happening right now also.
Exactly. Basically, see the problem because the timelines are very tightly aligned is cost is like less involved here because the amount of work, the amount of the cost is actually like very it has very big differences actually because market we don't have that big market like software or anything. So
అప్పుడు ఒకటి చెప్పారు కదా ఎగ్జాంపుల్, అదేంటి ఫోన్ లో ఒక యాప్ వాడితే మల్టిపుల్ టైమ్స్ జనాలు వచ్చి హిట్ చేస్తారు because they use it.
Yes, you have a lot of repeated.
There is a usability
Custom. And for the store or anything, which is basically like a subscription base or you have to purchase when you use it again. Movie is like a very subjective and
it's a single time product. నేను ఒక్కసారి చూస్తే నేను మళ్ళీ ఆ షో చూడను. మేబీ నేను కోర్ ఫ్యాన్ అయితే తప్ప 2 times maximum.
If your show is so successful, then you have a repeated chance. Otherwise, it's not.
Whether percentage is very less.
Whether it is like a successful show or doesn't successful show, efforts are same.
Efforts are same. Yeah,
efforts are same. And coming back to like 3D, it takes a lot of time to achieve a quality. You can finish like something, a character or a prop, in 1 hour, 2 hours, and that. To get a presentable quality, you require a lot of time to create. So the time is depends on the artist, the time is depend on the computer. Time is depends on so many factors, like in which environment you are keeping that particular thing. So factors are so various actually. So అందువల్ల టైం చాలా తీసుకుంటుంది. అందువల్ల most of the 3D artists, like you can see, working more than 12 hours per day. Today, there are a few studios like who actually work like 9 to 6 or like 9 to 8. But 90% of the studios actually like work more than 12 hours. Other things will
but hard work ఎక్కువ కదా కంపేర్ టు అదర్ ఇండస్ట్రీ. చాలా వర్క్ అవర్స్ వెళ్తాయి to make a model so beautiful and some creativity involved in it. You should have creative mindset to do that.
Basically like in medieval days, like an artist used to take like to complete a painting, they used to take 6 months. Oka painting ke. So just imagine to make one painting it took 6 months. Like put a movie cheyalante or like either show produce cheyalante, we have to work those kind of hours actually. Pretty much we are producing each single frame, right? So though compared to 2006 and 2024 or 25 today, the technology has changed a lot, but the basics didn't change. Basics are very intact like that. Okay, they don't change. But technology has evolved, software has evolved. Okay, other tools are evolved. Now AI is coming up. Okay, AI is also like integrating into a lot of software. Our job became easy.
సో ఐ వాంట్ టు ఆస్క్ వన్ థింగ్,
Yeah.
కేశవ, ఏఐ మీ జాబ్ ని కిల్ చేస్తుందా లేకపోతే సమ్వేర్ అది హెల్ప్ చేస్తుందా టు వర్క్ సో ఫాస్ట్? మిమ్మల్ని పని చేయడానికి చాలా ఫాస్ట్ గా యాక్యురేట్ గా పని చేయడానికి హెల్ప్ చేస్తుందా, ఏదో మీ వర్క్ ని కిల్ చేస్తుందా? ఐ మీన్ మీ క్రియేటివిటీని.
Yeah. So at this point of time, basically, AI is helping us actually. I could say that because AI is actually making our job easier and faster.
True.
In long run, I think number of artists may reduce. Okay, or I don't know how it is going to happen, but it's going to change the way that we work together. Okay, so today the conventional modeling or everything that they are doing, it's going to go little fast. Okay, coming days, suppose like if I'm taking one character, if I want to make, if I'm taking 5 days, that may come down to 2 days. So the number of artists who's going to work on that particular studio may reduce. That kind of risk might be there, but yeah,
But it is not only for the 3D, right? It's everywhere.
It's everything.
Even
It's everything.
take our jobs.
Yeah.
ఇప్పుడు
It's
ఇంత ముందు ఇన్ని సర్టన్ డిజైనర్స్ కానీ ఇన్ని సర్టన్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ రిసోర్సెస్ అవసరం ఉంటుండే.
Yeah, yeah.
ఇప్పుడు అంతమంది అవసరం లేదు. ఇఫ్ యూ యూజ్ ఏఐ,
Yeah.
while leveraging AI,
Yes.
you can reduce
Yes, yes.
the time
Yeah.
and number of resources as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
ఫాస్ట్ అయిపోతుంది.
Yeah.
అంతమంది రిసోర్స్లు అవసరం లేదు. లిమిటెడ్ మెంబర్స్ తో, ఐ మీన్ ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ గుడ్ ఎట్
Yeah.
గివింగ్ రైట్ ప్రాంప్ట్. ఇప్పుడు ప్రాంప్ట్స్ ఇవ్వడానికి కూడా అది పెద్ద ప్రాబ్లం కాదు. ఇంత ముందు బాగా హైప్ చేశారు ప్రాంప్ట్ ఇంజనీరింగ్.
Yeah. Yes.
బట్ రైట్ నౌ ఫర్ దట్ ఆల్సో there is a tool.
Yes.
If you know normal plain English,
Yes.
if you put your words there, మంచిగా నైస్ గా కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేసేస్తుంది మీకు
Yes.
ప్రాంప్ట్. ఇది తీసుకెళ్ళి మళ్ళీ మీరు ఏ టూల్ లో వాడుతున్నారో ఆ టూల్ లో వేసేస్తే you will get desired output.
Yes.
There is no doubt about it. I mean, you will not waste time.
Yeah.
Not even prompting.
Yes. No, sure.
చాలా ఈజీ అయిపోయింది.
విత్ ఏ చాలా అడ్వాన్స్ అవుతుంది డే బై డే. దానివల్ల మనకి చాలా ఉపయోగం ఉంది. బట్ ఎక్కడ వాడగలుగుతాం అనేది నేర్చుకోగలిగితే, అర్థం చేసుకోగలిగితే మార్కెట్ ని, దెన్ యు ఆర్ ఛాంపియన్. Along with AI,
Otherwise you will be left behind. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Don't use
It's like,
that.
see, before I was doing only modeling when I started with my career. Later I started doing texture, which is color part of it. Then I started doing like a little bit animation, color, set dressing, camera. So everything basically, like when you start exploring new things, it is challenging. Okay, but it's not like a rocket science. You can simply learn. There are a lot of tutorials. A lot of people are out there who can actually help you. Okay, or you have a Google, you have now ChatGPT or anybody, like you just put it, they'll give you best of the best answers. Okay, and it is easy to learn if you are equipped with like 1 or 2 skills in CG, computer graphics or anything, along with AI, and you will be unstoppable. But that actually, like you have to come out of your comfort zone and learn those things. If you do it, yes, the career is very bright going forward.
ఇప్పుడు నెక్స్ట్ మరి చూసుకుంటే నెక్స్ట్ జనరేషన్ కి మీరు ఇచ్చే సజెషన్
Suggestion is like I'll say, first get your skills, okay, sharpen. Though AI is coming, AI is giving you everything that you require, okay, but you need to know how to use them. Okay, so suppose you got a nice spanner, okay, but you need to know how to use it. Okay, or
దట్ ఈస్ హౌ ద ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ రైట్.
yeah. So you have to have a basic skill. Then your AI or any other tools will
ఆల్ వి హెల్ప్ యూ టు ఎన్హాన్స్ ఫర్దర్.
enhance. Okay, career definitely bright ఉంది. Okay, but yeah, animation or a gaming or any other computer graphics market, always volatile. Okay, it will not, for outsider it will not look very lucrative or very easy. Okay, it is little strong, hard. Okay, but if you plan it well, I think you can travel well. That's only understanding I have so far.
ఓకే,
Yeah.
సో మీ కెరీర్ గురించి చెప్తే మీరు యూ స్టార్టెడ్ విత్ గేమింగ్ అసెట్ డెవలప్మెంట్,
Exactly.
then you move to 3D animation, web series, all that stuff, VFX side of it. మళ్ళీ దాని తర్వాత మీరు you started your own business into this 3D printing.
Yes.
So I'm so much interested in this, especially అందులో నుంచి ఇందులోకి ఎలా?
Basically, like I used to work with Wipro as a senior software engineer. 2015, I quit Wipro and came out. When I came out of Wipro, we wanted to we started a project called something into edutainment. So we want to make all the lessons into playable toys.
Okay.
Okay, so then we started making some prototypes by hand and all, cutting something. Okay, then we felt what if we can make whatever 3D model that we create, if we can
make it into reality, like our job will become easy. That's what we thought. Then we wanted to like get those 3D models into physical parts. Then we started exploring. In that time, like there's a project called RapRop. RapRop is some kind of like open source community. They started building 3D printers and all. Then I saw like, okay, 3D printing is a new technology that is coming up, though it is there from the long time. Because of the patents expired, so it started coming out to a regular public. Then I saw this is one good tool I think we should have. Then I started exploring, throughout the city, throughout Mumbai, Delhi, everywhere. I think that at the time, like India has very few people has those kind of machines, and because they're very expensive side. Then I wanted to get one printed, one face that I've done. I don't recall some face. Then I wanted to get printed, but it is so expensive. Then I
అంటే ఎంత ఎక్స్పెన్సివ్ అప్పుడు ఒక హెడ్ మోడల్ కి ఇస్తే
a small piece, like I think they asked me some 20-25K. Okay,
how many inches?
hardly 2 inches.
Hardly 2 inches.
Hardly 2 inches.
But 2 inches print of a 3D model costed 25K.
25K or something like that. So that was crazy number. 2015 is like what? That's like crazy kind of number. But then what I've decided, like what is this? Then I saw their machine. Okay, the machine looks so simple and so easy to make. That's what their slogan also. Anybody can make kind of a thing. Okay, the RapRop, the motive. Then I started like procuring those parts, and the problem is like I have particularly like why can't we build it here in kind of mindset?
Entrepreneurial mindset.
I could say thinker mindset. Okay, on thinker mindset. Then in Hyderabad, మనకు ఒక ప్లేస్ ఉంది, బాలానగర్. Okay.
చిన్న స్క్రూ కూడా దొరుకుతుంది కదా.
So
ఎవరికైనా ఏదైనా కావాలి, అది అవైలబుల్ గా లేదు అంటే బాలనగర్ దొరుకుతుంది.
అవును. Then I started scouting Balnagar for the part.
Okay. You started acquiring some parts for your
I was scouting actually that area. Particular గా
అరగంట ముందు మీరు ఈ ప్రింటర్ కొందామని అంటే ఏదన్నా
because like ఎక్కడ machines are very expensive. Basically, like there are 3D systems, Statsys, this kind of companies are there. They are very expensive side of those machines. But apade like they were costing like a crore kind of a number. Gas to crore, so not expensive or scope. Then RapRop looked like RapRop they were selling at like $400, $500, but getting it from US is a big problem. So then I thought that
it will not be charged much. No, I mean, though it is 100% tag on it,
but
probably it will be doubled.
Yeah, we never tried, so I don't have anybody in US at that time. So it's basically like you are not connected to the other side of the world that time.
Okay.
Then
understand.
Yeah, then Balnagar is the place. We went there. I have gone through a lot of new learnings basically there. We actually manufactured small bolt as well from there. Okay, for every single part we have got it done locally. Then we made a machine out. Okay. Unfortunately today I don't have that machine. Okay, in the process of like upgrading, like we have lost many things. I was able to make the machine, and we have printed parts. Though they are dimensionally wrong parts, whatever that face that I wanted to print, I have printed. But the face actually got stretched and came like it was little lengthier. Though my dimensions are 2 inches, but I think it came 4 inches, something like that. So
you were doing some experiment.
Yeah, exactly. So then I have calibrated the printer. Okay, then we've got it done, and it took almost a year of doing all this research, getting this thing, because I am not into any electronical or any other engineering.
Our background is completely different side
into art, right? So then we are able to do it within that, like most of the team that you came out, right, to build this entertainment product that's gone. Okay, first thing that you learn as an entrepreneur, like whoever starts with you, like it doesn't mean that they'll end up with, so you will be alone all day. Okay, so if you have to learn that thing, like realize in one day, whether you have a partner, whether you don't have a partner in the business, if you think that you want to do it, and you have to do it. Okay, and you have to be ready to do it alone. Okay, any kind of battle, it's a lone battle. Okay, so that I understood in hard way, but I didn't give up. Then I built another machine. Then slowly, like I felt there was a initial after that entertainment thing, like I went to manufacturing printers. I felt like Chinese printers are coming up, into Indian market. The pricing are so cheap compared to like what is the pricing at. So I felt like in this competitive market, like holding this.
It's not only for India, everywhere. China is competitor
Yeah.
for any local markets.
Then I felt like a service is the place like we could do it, design. Then I started design because that I been doing design from long, and you know I believe I have a good skills in the strong skills in the design. So then I started doing design. So what are the designs that I was doing? So I used to print them for my for fun. So initially like I was excited about printing some whatever I have done. Like I was excited about printing it. Okay. Then later like some of the friends are asking like can you give me this? Can you give me that? And all. Slowly like without knowing much, I got into sculpture manufacturing. Okay. So or sculpture design. The sculptures that you see in the roads, right? Like pretty much we started manufacturing them we started designing them first in the computer. Then we print them in the using 3D printers. Now we are actually like you saw our facility, right? So now we have almost like a 40 plus printers. Then we are making almost like a 20 feet statue in our office.
ఓకే, సౌండ్స్ ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్. అంటే ఇప్పుడు మీ దగ్గర ఉన్న మిషన్స్ కెపాసిటీ అంటే నేను చూసిన వరకు 1 feet వరకు మాక్సిమం ప్రింట్ చేయగలరు.
Yeah, we have like more than 1.5 feet actually.
అంటే అది ప్రాసెస్ ఏంటి అంటే స్కేల్ చేయడానికి అది?
So basically like what we do, suppose if you have a 20 feet statue, we break them into small pieces. Okay. So we slice the model into
smaller pieces,
fragments. So then what we do, we actually print them each fragment and we actually stick them together.
So you attach them in later stage.
Yes. So we attach them.
And then don't you find it difficulty while assembling?
No, because like
will you get the number for each model?
Yes, actually like not only that, while cutting we actually turn it in such a way like we have it easily fits into one another. So it's అంటే అది ఒక రకంగా చెప్పాలంటే లైక్ వి ప్లాన్ ఇట్ అన్నమాట. ఈజీగా మనం ఇక్కడ
స్లైస్ అండ్ డైస్ చేసేటది మీరు మోడల్ లో సెట్ చేసుకుంటారు,
ఈజీగా సెట్ చేసుకుంటాం అన్నమాట. సో కట్ చేసుకొని వాటిని ఒక్కొక్క పీస్ గా ప్రింట్ చేసేస్తాం. చేసి లైక్ అవి నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ పీసెస్ అవుతాయి కదా. సో ఎన్ని 100 పీసెస్ అయినా 150 పీసెస్ అయినా సింపుల్ గా అసెంబుల్ చేస్తాం. ఇట్స్ వెరీ సింపుల్ అసెంబ్లింగ్ ప్రాసెస్. సో ఫార్ వి హావ్ డన్ లైక్ మాక్సిమం 20 feet ఆఫ్ ద స్టాచ్యూ యూజింగ్ 3D printer.
ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ మన అంబేద్కర్ స్టాచ్యూ ఉంది హైదరాబాద్, అది ఎట్లా?
That is actually like they have actually like developed sculpture, a clay sculpture. Then they have captured into a 3D model. Okay, using 3D scanner. You have
3D scanning just
okay. I've seen. Pretty much I think the same scanner that they have used, they have captured the data. Okay, and they have actually added some more details or something like that, and they have scaled that statue into 125 feet. Then they have cut those statue into small fragments, and those fragments actually like done using CNC thermocol. Basically they have actually modeled those pieces.
Do you have any images that sort?
I will share with you.
Yeah, okay.
Share with you. We have actually we also done like we also do a thermocol cutting, CNC cutting.
Okay.
When the budgets are less or when the object is so big that we can't use it, or like a timelines based on that, like we need different recently one film which is upcoming film, that's why I'm not naming it. In that we have done one 35 feet statue, which is totally thermocol.
Oh, 35 feet height.
Yeah, so
That's right.
Yeah, so I'll give you those photographs. Okay. That also one part we can scale it to.
ఇప్పుడు సిటీలో అంత పెద్ద స్టాచ్యూస్ ఇంకా అంటే కంప్లీట్ అయిన ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ ఏమేమి?
There is a 125 feet like Ambedkar. Recently Telangana Talli one project that we have done. This opposite to one Rajiv Gandhi statue that we have done.
Okay.
In Anagaram Goda Chaurasta there are 2 statues are there. 15 feet sitting pose statues. A thinker kind of a statue basically, like, but he actually thinks.
So తెలంగాణದಲ್ಲಿ స్టాచ్యూ ఇక్కడ డిజైన్ చేశారా?
A recent one.
Nice to know.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Like I'm not the sole designer, but I'm also part of the team. So I think like it is done by like Mr. Ramana Reddy and Mr. JNU principal Sri Gangadhar Garu.
Okay.
With their direction, so I was actually helped them, so I've done that.
Okay.
Yeah, so right now we are doing.
So finally you teamed up and created this statue model.
I was part of the team.
You were part of the team. Nice.
So another one like with my creativity or with I actually like done the recently the exciting that statue that I've done is for Swarnagiri temple. There's one
Swarnagiri temple. Right.
One temple which is near Bhuvanagiri, I believe. A temple called Swarnagiri. In that there's a Garuda statue.
Okay.
Okay, it's a 10-foot statue that is actually done by me, and in our studio we have actually like printed them.
Yeah, I'll showcase the photos
Yeah.
in the podcast.
Yes, and that is one exciting project that we have done. We have done like other vahanams, like like వాహనాలు ఉంటాయి అనమాట. ప్రతి టెంపుల్ కి కొన్ని వాహనాలు ఉంటాయి. ఆ వాహనాల్లో పూజ జరుగుతుంది అనమాట. గరుడ వాహనం అని, సర్ప వాహనం అని, కేశ వాహనం అని, గజ వాహనం అట్లా. సో అవి కూడా మనం చేసాం అనమాట ఆ టెంపుల్ కి సంబంధించి. సో వీఆర్ డూయింగ్ లైక్ pretty so many projects actually for the city.
It is
a new emerging market, I could say, or like new emerging careers also.
Definitely.
So far, like all small studios are actually like getting into this kind of work. But coming forward, like going forward, I could see lot of movie, artwork, movie art production. Okay, going to get into this kind of workflow where first we make something in the digital world, we print them using any other 3D printer or CNC milling or anything, any other medium.
Then output you will see in the physical world.
Yeah. So what will happen with that is, like, first thing, you get a high quality work. Okay, and repetitive job is easier. Okay, and so when you go back to visual effect, okay, you don't have to build everything from scratch. You already had earlier all the data, so you just need to use the same data. So before, what you used to do is like somebody will build a set, physical set. Okay, you have to scan that set, and you have to go to visual effects. Then again you have to rebuild the set, then do a visual effects wonder. So now I can actually build the set, entire set here, make the set in the physically. Okay, now I know.
So it is reverse. It is reverse here.
Now it's going to be like the channelized, very linear. Now it's going to be the right way of doing things going forward.
Maybe it is a correction in the process.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. No, that has to happen. Because that will save a lot of money for production, also film production. Lot of waste will happen. So if you build something in the digital, you have virtual reality headsets,
and you can use the same assets in the digital as well. And
yes, you can build games. You can build like you can actually channelize your film into multiple streams going forward. I think like that's a world we are going at this point. We're gonna go there.
So pipeline is completely redesigned.
Yeah, it is going to be. This is new. Because of this, like a new opportunity is going to come. Before, if you're a 3D artist, you have a game, you have visual effect.
Right.
Now set, okay, the set can be like your wedding set or a birthday set or any event set. Okay, so this new industry is going to come. Like people are spending a lot of money for their weddings and all. You should, if people are putting like a palace or like some kind of grandiose set, somebody has to design those things, right? So now you're gonna do it in 3D, and the same 3D sets will be like replicated into a thermocol. Then they'll be installed there. So this is the new emerging market for 3D art. Lot of new avenues are coming up.
Just like a video editor, ఒకప్పుడు వీడియో ఎడిటర్ ని చూసుకుంటే మనము సర్టన్ ఫిల్మ్స్ కి అట్లా అని ఉండేది. ఇప్పుడు వీడియో ఎడిటర్ కి ఉన్న క్రేజ్, ఆ జాబ్ కు ఉన్న డిమాండ్ వేరే దేనికి లేదు ఇప్పుడున్న ట్రెండ్స్ లో. దే వాంట్ సమ్ క్రియేటివ్ ఎడిటర్. సో క్రియేటివ్ మైండ్ సెట్ ఉండి ఇందులో ఇండస్ట్రీలో ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి ఆపర్చునిటీస్ ఆర్ హ్యూజ్. ఎవ్రీ యూట్యూబర్ is depending on video editor. Because అన్ని పనులు వేసుకోవాలంటే అవ్వదు కదా ఒకరికి. నా విషయం వేరే అనుకో, మన మల్టీ మీడియా బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ కదా. సో ఐఎమ్ ఏబుల్ టు డూ సంథింగ్ బెటర్ అండ్ గెటింగ్ ఇంప్రూవ్. ఇంకా కేశవ, సో ఇప్పుడు ఒకటి అడుగుతా, ఇప్పుడు ఇది కంప్లీట్లీ టెక్నికల్ 3D ప్రింటింగ్ అనేది. మధ్యలో ట్రబుల్ షూట్ ఏమైనా ప్రాబ్లం వస్తే మీకు మీరుగానే ఫిక్స్ చేసుకుంటారా?
At this point of time, that is what we are doing. Going forward, we may not do it because like we are thinking about scaling it. So far we have like 40 plus machines with us.
40 plus machines right now.
Almost. So if I go a little further, like I may increase like more number of machines. So when we do that, like it's not possible. Maybe we have to train somebody, or like we have to hire people who can actually like help us do this. But 3D machines, 3D printers, or any machine, when you actually like run it continuously for hours, it will have a breakdown issue. Okay. So every day you will have some machine or other machine will break down. So you have to fix it. So in house you need to have one engineer who can actually like fix it, everything, either electronics, either mechanics. So
but at this scale, okay, I need an engineer who can take care. అది మనం రెగ్యులర్ గా హెడేక్ అంటే ఒక సాలరీ.
So it is worth actually to have one engineer, because not only this, right, like not only this particular machine he can repair. Going forward, like he can give you his own understanding about doing things also. Okay.
I mean, you get some knowledge from him.
Better to have a diverse team. So, and the contribution will be like definitely highly, matlab, what do you call, it will not be. So far, we have a little bit diverse team. So that way we are able to do many things that you could see.
సో వాట్ వర్ ది ఇనిషియల్ ఛాలెంజెస్ వైల్ స్కేలింగ్ అప్ ది బిజినెస్? ఇది ఇప్పుడు మీరు స్టార్ట్ చేసినప్పుడు యూ మైట్ స్టార్టెడ్ విత్ 1 or 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you have 40 plus machines.
Yeah.
So it's not that easy. Maybe you went through so many challenges
Yes, yes.
while scaling up the.
First thing, like so far, like the business is actually eating. So it's like a beast that you need to feed to become big. Okay, it's just a baby now, so just feeding it. Okay.
Right now you are feeding.
Yeah, still I'm feeding. Like I think like next 2 more years, like I have to feed it. So that is understanding. Okay. So far, like I'm not taking any returns from this, and whatever business that we do or profits we make, like we feed it system. We acquire new tools like a 3D printer or 3D scanner, okay, or a digital camera or a computer or a laser cut or so anything that we require like to make our job easier or and to deliver faster product or a high quality product, like we engage, like we buy or hire or whether it is a software tool or whether it is a physical tool, doesn't matter. So we get it.
So you are reinvesting everything.
Yeah,
penny in.
that is what I think, like a business requires like a right investment, okay, at the right time. If I have like huge money, like just to bring it and put it in a one time, and I think that's not going to work for this kind of design industry. I think like in the travel, like whatever requires, if you give it, I think that's enough. Yeah. It has a lot of potential. Okay, as you see, like we are just scaling up slowly. Like before we were not doing much. Now we are almost like consuming like 150 kg, nearly 200 kg per month material. Most of the consumption happens like to our products. So whatever we design, we print them. Okay, so majority of the statues that we make goes into brass or bronze or any metals, aluminum. Yeah, fiber is like very little that we do, but mostly metal parts.
సో ఇక్కడ చూసాను మీ దగ్గర 2 type of machines ఉన్నాయి. One is with plastic, another one with what kind of material is it?
It's called resin. Resin is a kind of plastic.
Kind of a plastic
in a liquid form.
But I was told it is a dangerous chemical. How?
It is actually a toxic chemical. Okay, but when you actually consume it, okay, you have to, because it will give you like a little bit itching or like irritation and all if you actually like,
if you smell also.
Not exactly, but it is little toxic. Definitely little toxic. So that's why we have.
Then going forward, if people get the 3D print out of that, వాళ్ళకి ఏం డేంజర్ ఉండదా?
No.
ఫ్యూచర్ లో అంటే పిల్లలు నోట్లోనే పెట్టుకుంటారు, ఎట్లైనా వాడతారు.
Like all 3D printed parts are not chewable basically. Like you should not, because in 3D printing, like we have like food grade plastics also there. Maybe we can use that also I don't suggest actually. Okay, because whatever that you are using it for chewing, like you should get it certified from. These are just for prototype. This is not for
prototype. అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఐడియా వచ్చింది. I've seen, I mean ఇప్పుడు ఏరోస్పేస్ వాళ్ళు మీ దగ్గరికి వస్తున్నారు, చూసాను. సో వాళ్ళు ఏదన్నా ప్రోటోటైప్ చేసుకోవాలంటే పార్ట్స్ కావాలంటే మీ దగ్గరికి వచ్చి 3D ప్రింట్ చేయించుకుంటారా? How is it? Can you explain from scratch? I don't know.
I'll give an example. Actually, there are UAVs are there, unmanned aerial vehicles are there, right? Okay. Basically, look what they do, like they actually like control the vehicle using a remote, okay, a joystick or remote. Okay. Basically, it can go like a radius of 7 kilometers, 8 kilometers. Okay, so most of the UAVs are actually used for surveillance. Now, military, army use day and day out, okay, to survive for surveillance and all. Okay, you might be heard, right? UAVs and all.
No.
So UAV unmanned vehicles, basically it can carry a weapon, it can carry a bomb, it can carry anything basically. The vehicles that we were what we are doing is we have a consumer level UAVs. Basically you can buy one. Okay. So using that you can actually do a lot of survey, land survey you can do, city road survey you can do, traffic survey you can do, those kind of things. Like I think like Hyderabad City Police is using those kind of stuff. They're using drones.
Drones.
They're using UAVs and all. Drone is like basically like it can go certain distance. UAV you can go little far from there. Okay, and you can go little higher altitude. Okay, all that stuff.
So you are helping.
We got one customer. For him, like he has a UAVs, but he want to use some digital camera. That okay. So to use digital camera or anything, any payload, if you want to use, you need to have some kind of rigs basically to attach to that vehicle. So what we do, we design that.
Okay.
So we design those attachments for UAVs.
For that particular prototype,
Yeah.
for their idea.
Yeah. I'll give you one use case. Basically, like they were in agency area. They were actually doing survey of a landscape. Okay, police were using, I think, to identify crop. Okay, so they have a cameras called Parrot or something. Okay, so they wanted to integrate this Parrot camera along with one digital camera so that they can take a high resolution picture. Okay, so with using these two cameras, they can identify the crop. Basically, like in the remote areas of agency, they actually like cultivate banned substances like ganja or something like that. Okay, so what they do, like they actually plant here and there 1 or 2 plants in 1 acre.
Okay,
so basically, like if you plant it like 1 or 2 acre, if you have a 10 acres of land, if you plant 1 or 2 plants inside, you'll not know, right? Nobody knows.
Will not.
So to identify those things,
Looks like it is planned, but
yeah,
we never
to identify that, police is using it actually. Okay, so that is the way like they are figuring out these days. Okay, so apart from it, like to know crop health. Suppose you have like a 20 acres of land and you are kept any possible like a michi if you right, and you don't know like where the crop is getting issue, if any issues are coming, health problems are coming for the crop, you don't know, right? So this Parrot kind of cameras are using UAVs. Basically, like you can take a thermal imaging, you can do. Okay, you can do like a RGB based imaging you can capture. So with that, like you can do, there are many use cases for those kind of devices. You can actually build custom part, you can design in 3D and you can print it.
సో మీరు ఇక్కడే అంటే వాళ్ళు ఏదన్నా మోడల్ ఇస్తారా, లేకపోతే వాళ్ళు ఇక్కడ మీ దగ్గర వచ్చి కూర్చుండి ఆ మోడల్ అంటే 3D లో డిజైన్ చేసుకుని దెన్ యూ ప్రింట్ ఇట్ హియర్, ఆర్ విల్ దే యూజ్ ఎనీ డిఫరెంట్ టూల్ టు డిజైన్ దట్ 3D and give you a file and will print it?
Either way,
both ways.
If they have a design, they can get it printed here. If they don't have a design, they can tell us the problem and we'll give them the solution. Okay, a total design solution, basically a tangible product.
కొంచెం ఇట్లా అంటే మీరు సజెషన్ ఇచ్చేటప్పుడు కూడా కొంచెం డైనమిక్స్ కూడా ఐడియా ఉండాలి కదా. వాట్ ఈస్ యువర్ ఎక్స్పర్టైజ్?
That's why మనం మామూలుగా ఏం చేస్తాం, కస్టమర్ తో మాట్లాడి లైక్ విల్ అండర్స్టాండ్ వాట్ యూ వాంటెడ్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్. కస్టమర్ కి ఏదైనా అవసరం అంటే వాళ్ళ కస్టమర్ మనకి ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయగలిగితే, ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఏంటో కరెక్ట్ గా ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయగలిగితే, వీ కెన్ డిజైన్ మన సొల్యూషన్ అన్నమాట. సో సపోజ్ లైక్ నాకు ఒక వెహికల్ ఉంది, ఈ వెహికల్ లో ఈ కెమెరా ఇన్సర్ట్ చేద్దాం అనుకున్నాను. ఓకే, సో ఈ టోటల్ డ్రోన్ పర్సన్ ఒక డ్రోన్ ఉందంటే ఆ డ్రోన్ ఒక 1/2 kilo పేలోడ్ తీసుకెళ్ళగలుగుతుంది అనుకుంటే, కెమెరా ఆల్రెడీ ఒక 300 grams ఉంది, లెఫ్ట్ ఓవర్ మనకి 200 grams. 200 grams లోనే మనకి దీనికి ఈజీగా మౌంటబుల్ మౌంట్ కావాలి, అంటే కెమెరా డ్యామేజ్ అవ్వకుండా. ఓకే, దాన్ని ఈజీగా విత్ ఇన్ ద 200 grams లో మనం ఎలా డిజైన్ చేయాలి, సో వాట్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ డిజైన్ ఎస్థెటిక్స్ ఉండాలి. ఓకే, అగైన్ ద స్ట్రెంత్ కూడా చూడాలి కదా, పార్ట్ స్ట్రెంత్, ఇవన్నీ మన పాయింట్ ఆఫ్
మెటీరియల్ మ్యాటర్స్. మెటీరియల్
యూస్ చేయాలి. సో ఏంటి అని మొత్తం మనం ఆలోచన చేసి డిజైన్ చేస్తాం. సో డిజైన్ చేసి దెన్ పీపుల్ కెన్ యూ ఫర్ అట్లా వి హావ్ డన్ సో మచ్ వర్క్. ఐ విల్ షేర్ విత్ యూ దోస్ ఫోటోగ్రాఫ్స్ అట్ ఆల్.
So that viewers can easily
understand. Basically, like if you have a 3D printer, okay, and understanding into making something in 3D, basically like as a freelancer or as an artist, as an engineer or a designer or anything that you can be a tinkerer and still make a beautiful products out of. You can actually create your ideas into reality. Okay, so you might be అంటే చూసే ఉంటారు కదా అక్కడ చోట స్లోగన్స్, క్రియేట్ యువర్ ఐడియాస్ ఇంటూ రియాలిటీ అట్లా. ఓకే, బేసికలీ దిస్ ఇస్ ద టైప్. బిఫోర్ మన దగ్గర ఆ ఫెసిలిటీ లేదు. నువ్వు ఒక మోడల్ తయారు చేసేవాడివి, లైక్ మాక్సిమం ఎక్కడ చూస్తావు, మొబైల్ చూసేవాడి మాక్సిమం. ఓకే, దట్స్ ద లీస్ట్ స్క్రీన్ దట్ యూ హ్యావ్. అదర్వైజ్ కంప్యూటర్. నౌ యూ కెన్ యాక్చువల్లీ లైక్ మేక్ ఇట్ అ ఫిజికల్ ప్రోడక్ట్ డిజైన్. మనం ఇప్పటి వరకు మనం చేసిన ప్రొడక్ట్స్ అన్ని మోస్ట్లీ చైనా తయారు చేసింది, లేదా వేరే కంట్రీలో ఎవడో తయారు చేసింది. బట్ ఈ రోజు లైక్ వీ హ్యావ్ అ ఫెసిలిటీ వేర్ వీ కెన్ మేక్ అ మోడల్. ఓకే, 3D model, we can print them. What are the qualities? At least it's a physical form. So you simple like if you have this remote or this mobile or this dabba, we can actually design and print it. Okay, and see the functionality of
how it works. Rotate etla in the degree lo correct ga set
functionality check.
This is how the product design is, right? This is all about the product design and usability, how it works. Until unless you create create a physical form of it and test it, you never know, right? Adi very helpful for innovators, whoever is coming up with the products, who wants to give a shape to that product. Come here and print it out, your model, and test it. Maybe you will have multiple iterations, but few iterations you will end up with best usable model. Ante kada any typical design process involved this kind of best practices.
Always actually suppose see if this is what a model that we wanted మామూలుగా అయితే మేము ఏం చేస్తాం అంటే ఈ మోడల్ ఇలా తయారు చేసిన తర్వాత we export that model into STL or any other standard format. ఆ ఫార్మాట్ ఫైల్ యూస్ చేసి we can print అన్నమాట. బేసిక్లీ టూ ఫార్మాట్స్ we can use it డైరెక్ట్ గా చెప్పాలంటే ఒకటి OBJ, ఒకటి STL. STL ఏంటంటే మన ఇండస్ట్రీ స్టాండర్డ్ 3D ప్రింటింగ్ ఇండస్ట్రీ స్టాండర్డ్ STL అన్నమాట. STL will have a real scale values. Okay, and
model
file also optimized actually. OBJ లో you have a texture coordinates and everything, other extra information. FBX లో కూడా ఉంటాయి చాలా వరకు animation information.
But FBX will not support in this, right?
సపోర్ట్ చేస్తున్నట్టు సపోర్ట్ చేస్తున్న FBX కూడా వాడచ్చు. బేసిక్లీ FBX or OBJ will have another information which is not required. సో అందువల్ల STL వాడతాం అనమాట. STL ఏమవుతుందంటే ఓన్లీ మోడల్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఇస్తుంది.
మోడల్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ స్కేల్ లెవెల్
you don't require any other things kada. So దాన్ని we can use it for 3D printing. Okay, but suppose maybe I'll take we have scanned your model kada. So I think we have it in server. I'll just bring your model.
So ఇప్పుడు మీరు బేసిక్ గా స్కాన్ చేసి దాన్ని కొంచెం క్లీన్ అప్ చేసే వర్క్ ఉంటుందా?
కొంచెం క్లీన్ అప్ చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది అనమాట. So where is this?
So you will directly after the clean up direct print ఇస్తారా, లేకపోతే there is another process to be done before you give print? అంటే మళ్ళీ రీమోడలింగ్ అట్లాంటిది ఏమన్నా చేస్తారా? లేదు కదా,
రీమోడలింగ్ కొన్నిసార్లు అవసరం అవుతుంది అనమాట.
So it's me.
Yeah, so suppose this is the scan that we have done. Okay, so what we'll do, we actually we have to do little cleanup. Okay, to print it.
Okay, now I can clearly see my belly size, buddy.
So basically we can simply do a small cleanup to add enhance to it.
Okay. చెప్పాలంటే ఒక లెవెల్ ఆఫ్ అవుట్ లైన్ ఇచ్చింది, దాని తర్వాత మీరు కొంచెం రివర్స్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది.
లైట్ గా చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది.
Okay,
sometimes you don't need to do that, but if you scan well, to scan well, basically కొన్ని factors actor should not move much. Okay, so the guy who is operating scanner has to be little confident enough to do it properly. Okay,
అంటే కొంచెం బ్లాక్స్ ఉన్న చోట సరిగ్గా క్యాప్చర్ చేయలేదు.
yeah, actually
దట్స్ ద రీజన్ యూ అంటే క్యాప్ పెట్టిన రీజనే కదా, హెయిర్ బ్లాక్ ఉంటది కాబట్టి. What if I have white hair?
Sometimes it captures actually. Okay, sometimes it picks up.
Okay,
sometimes it pictures. Okay, but we prefer always a head cap, so that so when we are scanning human, we use two processes basically.
Okay,
one we actually do it using this handheld scanner. Okay, so idem chestante most of the details ichestadi. Okay, matlab 3mm 4mm accuracy lo.
Okay,
then another one is we do photogrammetry. Okay, using a photograph we actually create a 3D model. So అందులో హెయిర్ అంతా వస్తుంది, కొంచెం ఎక్కువ నాయిస్ వచ్చినా పర్వాలేదు, బట్ అప్రాక్స్ గా హెయిర్ అవుట్ లైన్ వస్తుంది అనమాట. సో దీన్ని మేము ఎడిట్ చేస్తాం. సో అప్పుడు
జనాలకి మెయిన్ గా హెయిరే కదా కేశవ, మీరు తర్వాత అంటే మళ్ళీ రీక్రియేట్ చేస్తారా హెయిర్ లో?
ఆ రెండు వాడి కాంబినేషన్ హెయిర్ అండ్ దిస్
అంటే హెయిర్ మీద పని చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది కదా,
కొంచెం పని.
ఓకే,
కొంచెం పని చేయాలి.
ఏదైనా ఇలా ఒకసారి స్కాన్ అయిన తర్వాత తీర్చిదిద్దాల్సింది.
కొంచెం డెఫినెట్ గా ఒక హ్యూమన్ టచ్ అయితే అవసరం. Now majority of the shows are actually అంటే games గానీ లేకపోతే films గానీ they're using a scan as a primary thing they're using it.
Okay,
so that from here you can actually at least you can get a good amount of quality, right? Information. So from there you can whatever you're doing you can do it. I think most of the gaming studios now doing scan cleanup work for you will add some nice crazy haircut. What do you think?
ఇప్పుడు మరి ఒకవేళ ఫ్యామిలీ స్టాచ్యూ చేయాలనుకుంటే
నైస్ ఫంకీ హెయిర్ స్టైల్ యాడ్ చేద్దాం.
చేయండి చూద్దాం.
విల్ డూ ఇట్ లైక్ వెరీ డీసెంట్ డోంట్ వరీ.
రాముడు మంచి బాలుడు హెయిర్ స్టైల్ ఉన్నట్టుందిగా.
విల్ యాడ్ some nice
I hate that top angle.
to will fix her.
I hate that angle.
Oh, because of this part.
Because of that part, yes, buddy.
Yes,
I should reduce it.
I mean, perspectives.
Looks like as if I am 60 years old, uncle.
Wait, I'll make it look. We'll cut that part.
Huh?
We'll cut the.
Please cut that part.
You want to do? This is round.
Otherwise deflate it. Now better. I feel better. ఇప్పుడు ఈ ఇండస్ట్రీకి వద్దాం అనుకుంటే నీ సజెషన్ ఏంటి కేశవ?
Absolutely, people should come into this because this is the new emerging thing, కదా. People should be coming, but ఒకటే సజెషన్ చేస్తారు ఏంటంటే వచ్చే ముందర like spend some time on the ground, okay, work somewhere, okay, just like that. This is nothing but like art, okay. So though it is like you are doing it for commercial purposes, it is also kind of art. So I suggest you to like spend some time, learn these tools.
Okay.
It's for a new guy like
ఒకప్పుడు ఇలాగే ఈ మాన్యువల్ ప్రాసెస్ లో 3D మోడలింగ్ అండ్ అసెట్స్ అన్ని ఇలా క్రియేట్ చేసేవాళ్ళు. నవ్ డేస్ యు ఆర్ ఏబుల్ టు సీ ఇన్ ఫింగర్ టిప్స్ ఆన్ యువర్ AI applications. But actually this is the process, the conservative, typical old days of process, but still it is getting survived because technology works around this. Okay, Keshava.
Yes, absolutely. Basically, like you see, when you acquire some skills, like whether AI comes, whether AGI comes, doesn't matter. Okay, you will survive. Okay, your skills will never go waste. But yeah, if you don't equipped with the skill, small wind comes, you will fall.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically, like just doing, also a cosmetic surgeon at this point of time.
ఇవి ఫ్రెండ్స్ మా ఫ్రెండ్తో జరిగిన కాన్వర్జేషన్. సో ఐ హోప్ యూ ఎంజాయ్డ్. కేశవ్ రెడీగా ఉన్నాడు నెక్స్ట్ సిరీస్లో మాట్లాడడానికి మన స్టూడియోగా వచ్చేస్తారు. సో టిల్ దెన్ స్టే ట్యూన్డ్. మీరు సబ్స్క్రైబ్ కనుక చేసుకోకపోతే ప్లీజ్ సబ్స్క్రైబ్ టు మై ఛానల్, లైక్ అండ్ షేర్, కమెంట్. యూ కెన్ పుట్ యువర్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ దేర్. సో స్టే ట్యూన్డ్ అండ్ టిల్ దెన్ థ్యాంక్ యూ.